Now this was a great episode. This episode is what I'm talking about. Let's start off, because throughout the entire episode while I was watching it, I just kept thinking to myself, the art and animation looks so beautiful and flawless in every which way, every scene. It was just, even when they were just talking, the art and animation just looked absolutely beautiful, and I was like, yes, this is that shit. This is that one of the big things about SAO. The art and animation never falters, and this episode just, oh my god, it was an eye orgasm yet again. The pacing was proper as well. They arrived at BOB. A few different things happened. It was like this episode just one of the best episodes thus far of SAO. Way better than last week's, and just overall, it was like, it had a little bit for everybody. People that want the action, people that want a little bit more in-depth into the game. It just had a little thing for everyone, and I was just like, fuck yeah, this episode was just on fire. So we got the reaction that we expected pretty much when he finally revealed himself. Hey, you know, I'm a dude. She slapped him in the face, and rightfully so, because she was stripped down. Even though, I don't know if you get that mad because it's in-game at the end of the day to smack him. She looked like she was ready to cry. It's like sometimes they border between realizing that this is, you know, at the end of the day in-game, because Shinon, I guess for Shinon maybe it's a little bit more than that. It's actually quite a bit more than that, actually, because her psyche is just so messed up that she thinks that this is her way into living proper in the real world. So for her, she's so deeply embedded into it that she just felt like he actually saw her naked, I guess, because there's been a couple instances of that, like in, I believe it was episode 1 or 2, where we see Shinon and that group of people, and the guy just looks like he's shivering, quivering in fear. It's like, you think about it, it's not like you're gonna die here and you die in real life or anything, so sometimes they teeter between those two, but that shit was just absolutely hilarious, the way they pulled it off. It was just funny as shit. He's like, I'm actually a dude. I love what Shinon's working with. Shinon is just, this is just waifu material right here. Like, Shinon, probably best character of all of SAO. It's just, there's something about this character that there's so much to her. It's not just a blank canvas of just like, like this character, first of all, she could be fun, she could be, you know, laughing, and she actually seems like a pretty cool person. But then there's that darker side where she just smiles, she has that rape face, and she's like, I'm gonna kill all the strong ones. It's like, definitely that shit that happened to her in her past is clear as day. You know, you've seen it in past episodes, and this episode yet again, it fucked her mind up. She's just there, like, ready to just kill and ravage, even though she's scared in the real world of guns. So it's just such an interesting dynamic of the character, and I'm really just, out of everybody, is like, everything that happens is like, Shinon just got me thinking, like, what is she gonna do next? Shinon's friend was definitely acting suspicious in this episode. He kind of gave, like, Kirito a dirty look. Maybe it's probably because he's overly attached to Shinon, and he's kind of looking at Kirito like, yo, that's my bitch, you better fucking stay away, or something like that. Because at first he was kind of like chill against Kirito until he found out Kirito's a dude, and he was like, back the fuck up. Shinon is mine, so both of y'all need to chill out. Now, I was scared that Kirito was gonna come into his first battle and just Yugi-moto this shit, but he actually had to work for his shit. He got blasted a couple different times. He had to use strategy. He used a strategy that I believe is like a Call of Duty strategy to really use the sound around him to kind of figure this dude out. And I believe I've heard that people like get really big headphones for those type of things, and they like listen to the sound so they can catch people. I don't know how true is that or whatever, but yeah, he definitely had to work for his, and that was another good thing, because I was scared. It was like, please, Kirito, don't come in on some Superman shit, but he had to work for his, and ultimately it just came off really badass, and I can't stress enough how beautiful I felt the art and animation looked and presented itself. It was like, yeah, A1, keep fucking doing that good shit, because this was just magnificent. Like, art and animation was magnificent. And then in the end, we get a nice little mystery that shows up this guy, which at first I thought it was Death Gun, but I really don't think that is Death Gun, because it has a connection to Aincrad, which really got me interested. And he apparently has a symbol from that assassin guild, so I really like how they're connecting the beginning of SAO to this, and kind of, that's what I feel the whole Gale thing really connects as well, because it seems as though the person that is coming after him knows of him, because Kirito right now at this point, he's sort of, I guess you would say, like a legend in MMO, so like when people hear the name, some people that recognize and remember what happened in Aincrad, they're like, oh, this is Kirito, this is that guy, you know, he survived that crazy deadly game. So whoever this may be, I'm interested if we know of him, because we know that he has that same marking, but like anybody for the most part that I can remember, they kind of died that had that marking. In particular, remember, like people were still dying in that game. So that guy that he stabbed in the flashback or whatever, he probably died in real life. So it makes me wonder, who is he? Is he somebody that we just never knew, or is it somebody that we did meet? Nice little mysteries. I'm a mystery fan, and seeing a mystery thrown in there at the end of the episode really just got me thinking. And plain and simple, this episode was a great episode. It was just really, it had me on the edge of my seat. The pacing wasn't too fast. Kirito had to work for his shit. We got a mystery. The depth of Shinon's character continues to be displayed, and it kind of gave Kirito as well probably an incentive or maybe a small motive as of right now. Like, I want to explore a little bit more about this girl. She seems like there's two different sides to her, and I want to find out who's the real her and what's going on. So that's where it's going to set up basically for Kirito to try and help her out, and ultimately, you know, where the story's going to go. But again, great episode. I'm going to give this bad boy a 9 out of 10. Art and animation, I can't stress enough. The music, pretty much almost everything about it. There were small little occasions, I guess you could say, where like Kirito is like getting ready to pull out his sword. Like, yeah, Kirito, you're really going to fight in the goddamn lobby. But probably my favorite or second favorite episode so far of SAO2, and it's just like SAO2 is looking to be just breathtakingly better than SAO1. I keep saying that. I mean, besides last week's episode, ultimately it's just been like, fuck yeah, this is how you do an adaptation. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, what do you think is the identity of that dude that showed up at the end? Is he Deathgun? Is he somebody from the previous Aincrad? Do they have any connection, Deathgun and this guy? Also, what do you think about Kirito's first fight? Does it remind you of any first-person shooters that you played, like a Call of Duty or something? The way he was using the sound to his advantage to take that guy out? And just your overall thoughts of the episode. I'm really fucking happy that I can say that this was a great episode with confidence, and just really that I enjoyed the fuck out of it. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so as well. That'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.